You're about to see how an amazing woman and her amazing cat changed the lives of thousands. This is a love story about a psychotherapist who hated cats until she actually channeled one.
Up until 2 years ago, I have to admit I hated cats. My mother loved to watch the birds, and she said, cats kill birds. How Henry came to us was a different kind of story. There was a terrible fire in California, the Cedar fires, and during the fire, there was a kitty. His paw was dangling from his shoulder. We ran him to the country vet, and the country vet looked at him and said, this leg can't be saved. You can euthanize him. You can do the surgery, and he'll be okay. And we finally decided, okay, we'll put him to sleep. Henry just kept staring and staring and purring and purring, and I said, don't do that. Don't do that, Henry. We don't want to go there. So I said, well, we'll do the surgery, and we'll find a home for him. We'll just take care of him for 2 weeks. He stayed now 2.5 years. He beat all the odds. He shouldn't be alive. I decided to just write his adventures to 20 of our friends because nobody could believe we'd have this cat. So I wrote these stories of what it was like from his perspective when I sent them to 20 people. And then they sent them to people. People started writing back. So I decided to just answer as Henry J.M. I know that sounds bizarre, but as of today, I've answered over 14,000 letters.
What began as a flurry of emails with strangers soon became an effective technique for working with patients.
I'm a psychotherapist, and I started doing therapy through the cat. People talk in a more vulnerable voice with Henry. There was one woman who wrote, she said, Henry, I just lost it. It's the 2nd anniversary of my daughter's death. I just lost it. So Henry wrote back and said, what did you lose? When did you last have it? What does it look like? I want to help you find it. Now, if I were to say that as a therapist, it would be taunting or mocking. But the kind of things that Henry can ask in that sort of concrete voice of an innocent child that doesn't know what these terms mean invites people to talk on another level. I have to laugh that one of the top Gestalt therapists in the country says, you do know you're Henry, don't you? And I say, you know, frequently at the end of a letter, I'll find myself crying and I don't really know where it came from. But I know that it comes from a different place. I think what profoundly moved me is how could I have hated cats for 60 years when this was such a gentle, sweet being? Henry lost a leg, but he reached out with his remaining paw in trust and love in opening a whole new world.